You've tried the highlights. You've tried the trims. You've sat in that salon chair, held up a magazine photo, and said something like this, and still walked out feeling like something was missing. Like the cut was fine, but you weren't quite you anymore. If that feeling is familiar, I want you to know, you are not alone. And you are not the problem. The truth is, most women over 60 are one haircut away from looking genuinely, undeniably radiant. Not younger in a desperate way. Younger in the way that makes people stop and think, she has it figured out. She knows exactly who she is. I research worst style and beauty mistakes and youth-boosting fixes for mature women, so you get simple, proven transformations that work instantly. Today we're perfecting your haircut. And by part 3, you'll want to pause this video, walk to your mirror, and look at yourself differently. I mean it. Here's what's coming. In part 1, we're talking about the one cut that is quietly shrinking your face, and most women have no idea it's happening. In part 2, we reveal the haircut that sits just below the jaw, and why it is doing something extraordinary for women over 60 right now. Part 3 gets into the soft layers that add life back to hair that's been thinned by the years, and the specific mistake that cancels out everything a good layer is trying to do. Part 4 covers the biscia, that effortless in-between length that is having a serious moment for mature women who want edge without effort. And in part 5, we close with the most elegant long option a woman over 60 can wear, and the framing technique that makes it look like a completely different woman walked out of the salon. 7 rejuvenating haircuts, 5 parts, and 1 video that might genuinely change the way you feel every time you pass a mirror. Before we go any further, if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the moment. Hit that button, because what we're covering today, this is the kind of information that changes your Tuesday morning. Not someday, tomorrow. And the very first mistake? It's the one cut that feels safe, feels easy, feels low maintenance, but is actually taking something away from your face every single time you wear it. Let's find out what it is. Part 1, the helmet cut and the rounded bob that shrinks your face. Let's start with something most women don't realize is happening until they see a photograph. You look in the mirror and think, fine. Then someone takes a photo and something looks off. The face looks rounder. The neck looks shorter. The whole silhouette feels heavy. Here's what nobody told you. That rounded, helmet-shaped cut that sits level all the way around your head? It is one of the fastest ways to visually age a face over 60, and it is still being given out in salons every single day. This is the one that made a friend of mine stop mid-conversation and grab my arm. She had been wearing this cut for 3 years, wondering why she looked tired in every photo. The mistake is the shape. A perfectly round cut follows the curve of your skull. And when your skull is the frame, your face, especially a mature face with softer contours, disappears into it. The jaw looks wider. The cheeks look fuller in the wrong direction. The neck, which is one of the most elegant features a woman over 60 can have, gets swallowed completely. Why does this age you? Because youth reads as vertical. Length, angles, movement. These are signals the eye associates with vitality. A round, level hemline signals the opposite. It says static. It says settled. And you are neither of those things. The fix is not dramatic. You don't need to go shorter. You don't need to go longer. You need to go angular. The angled bob, longer in the front, shorter in the back, does something almost architectural to your face. The longer front pieces pull the eye downward and forward, creating the illusion of a lifted, leaner jaw. The shorter back reveals the neck. And the neck, when it is shown, reads as slender and refined in a way that turns back the clock by years. Honestly, the angled bob is one of those cuts that looks like it costs twice what it does. It has that expensive, intentional quality that makes people assume you just came back from somewhere fabulous. This is not a drastic transformation. This is a degree of angle. Sometimes as little as 1 inch difference between front and back is all it takes to completely restructure how your face reads. What to swap? If you are still asking your stylist for a rounded, blunt, even cut all the way around, swap it for a stacked angled bob with the front pieces landing just below the jaw and the back stacked short. The difference is immediate. Maintenance tip. Ask your stylist to refresh the back every 5 to 6 weeks. The stacked nape is the part that grows out fastest, and losing that crispness is what turns an angled bob back into a rounded one. You needed to hear this. Now part 2 is where things get interesting. Because the next cut on this list is one of the most universally flattering haircuts for mature women. And the reason why comes down to one specific measurement. Stay with me. Part 2, the jaw length bob and the French lob. Have you ever looked at a woman and thought, her hair just works? She has not done anything wild. Nothing extreme. But everything about her looks polished, lifted, and quietly elegant. Chances are she is wearing one of these 2 cuts without even knowing why they work so well. The jaw length bob. For words that hold more power over the way a face reads than most people realize. Here is the surprising truth. The jaw is a natural landmark on the face. When hair ends exactly at or just below the jawline, the eye is drawn directly to it. And it creates the optical illusion of a stronger, more defined jaw. For women over 60, whose jawline may have softened with age, this is not a small thing. This is a structural shift that happens with scissors alone. When your hair ends too high, above the jaw, the lower face is left exposed without a frame. The jaw and jowl area sit in full view with nothing to soften or balance them. And when hair ends too low, falling mid-neck or onto the shoulder without shape, it drags the eye downward and heavies the whole silhouette. The jaw length bob hits the sweet spot. It is the Goldilocks of haircuts for mature women. Not too high, not too low, not too blunt, not too layered. And then there is the French lob, also called the French bob, which sits just 1 inch above or at the jawline with the slightest internal layering and a softness at the ends that the blunt jaw bob does not have. The French lob says Parisian. It says intentional. It says I woke up looking like this and I mean it. This is the one technique that changes how your entire face reads in a photograph. What to swap? If you have been cutting your bob to mid-cheek or letting it hang loose to mid-neck with no shape, swap it for a jaw-length cut with just the lightest point cutting at the ends to soften the line. That single adjustment changes everything. Girlfriend truth? The French lob is the cut I have seen transform more women over 60 than any other style on this list. I have watched women come in looking tired and leave looking like they went on a 2-week holiday. This is the one. Maintenance tip. The jaw length bob needs a shape refresh every 6 to 8 weeks. Let it grow even 1 inch past the jaw and the optical trick stops working. That 1 inch is the entire secret. Now if your hair has been thinning, if it has lost the volume and body it used to have, part 3 is the most important part of this entire video. Because the next cut is the one that puts life back into exactly that kind of hair. Do not skip it. Part 3, soft layered cuts for fine and thinning hair. Here is something that lands differently after 60. You reach up and touch your hair, and it does not feel the way it used to feel. It is lighter, thinner. Where there used to be body, there is now a flatness that no product seems to fix. And the worst part is not the hair itself, it is what you do in response to it. Because the most common reaction to thinning hair is to go shorter, to cut it all off in the hope that short hair looks fuller. And sometimes that is right. But sometimes, and this is the part your stylist may not have told you, the cut you chose to fix the thinness is actually making it worse. Blunt cuts on fine hair flatten it. The weight of the blunt line pushes everything down and presses it close to the scalp. That flat cap of hair near the crown? That is not a hair density problem. That is a shape problem. And it is fixable. Soft layers change the physics of fine hair. When a skilled stylist removes weight from the interior of the cut, not from the ends, but from within, the top layers lift. The crown gains height. The whole silhouette gains that rounded fullness that used to come naturally, but needs a little architecture now. This is where your bone structure becomes your best asset. Because lifted layered hair at this length frames your face in a way that pulls attention exactly where it belongs. To those beautiful eyes, to those cheekbones, to the elegance that is entirely yours already. Honestly, a soft layered cut on fine white hair is one of the most striking looks I have ever seen on a woman over 60. There is something about the lightness of white hair with movement in the layers that looks genuinely luminous. The specific mistake that cancels all of this out, asking for layers and then blow drying everything flat. The layers exist to create lift. If you smooth them away, you lose the entire benefit of the cut. The fix is a round brush at the root, lifting while drying, not pressing down, but lifting up and away from the scalp. General technique, not step by step. Just direction. What to swap? If you are still asking for a blunt even cut on fine hair to make it look thicker, swap it for a soft feathered layered cut with interior weight removal. It will feel counterintuitive. It will look like magic. This is the one that made 3 women in my circle call their stylists the same afternoon. Maintenance tip. Fine layered hair benefits from a trim every 8 weeks at maximum. When fine hair grows past the length of the layers, the weight returns and the lift collapses. Keep up with the timing and the volume stays. Part 4 is the one for you if you have been in that in-between place, too short to style, too long to feel polished. Because the next cut solves exactly that. And it is having a serious moment right now. Part 4, the balayage and the textured pixie bob. Nobody tells women over 50 the truth about in-between hair. Until now. You grew it out because you thought short felt too old. Then it hit that mid-neck stage and looked shapeless, so you cut it again. And now you are stuck in the same loop, wondering why your hair never seems to settle into a look that actually feels like you. The balayage, part bob, part pixie, is the cut that breaks that cycle. It sits between a long pixie and a short bob. It is longer at the crown and through the top, giving you enough length to add softness around your face. The back and sides are cut close and tapered, which reveals the neck and lifts the jawline in one clean motion. The result is structured without being severe, edgy without being aggressive, and effortlessly, pointedly chic. This is the one I wish someone had sat me down and drawn a picture of years ago. Because once you see it on the right face, you cannot unsee it. The balayage works for mature women because it removes bulk from exactly where bulk ages you. Through the sides and the back, where heaviness pulls the face downward, and it keeps length exactly where length flatters you, which is at the top and framing the face. The textured pixie bob is its close cousin. Where the balayage has more volume on top, the textured pixie bob uses piecewise, directional layers to create the illusion of fullness without actual mass. It is the cut for women who want the effect of fullness without the maintenance of volume. And it wears beautifully on silver and white hair because the natural sheen of gray picks up light through the texture in a way darker hair simply cannot. Why does this age you when it goes wrong? Because an unshaped in-between length creates a silhouette that reads as unkempt rather than effortless. There is a very thin line between undone chic and undone. The balayage sits on the right side of it. What to swap? If you are stuck in the mid-neck shapeless zone trying to decide whether to go shorter or longer, stop. Swap the loop for the balayage. Ask your stylist for a balayage with a tapered back, longer crown, and piecewise texture through the top. Walk out of that salon feeling like a woman with a plan. Maintenance tip. The balayage needs a taper refresh every 5 weeks. The back and sides grow out faster than the top, and when that evenness disappears, the proportions shift. The taper is the entire shape. Protect it. Yes. That simple. Now part 5. If you love longer hair and you refuse to let it go, and you should not have to, the final cut in this video is for you. It is the most quietly powerful thing you can do with long hair over 60, and most women are doing the opposite without realizing it. Part 5. The long shag, the curtain bang, and the face framing technique. Long hair after 60. Let's talk about this honestly. You have been told, at some point, that you should cut it. That long hair at your age looks dated, looks heavy, looks like you are holding on to something. And if you have ever sat in a stylist's chair and felt a flicker of guilt for wanting to keep your length, I want you to hear this clearly. You are right to keep it. You just need the right shape around it. Because the problem is never the length. The problem is the weight. Long hair without layers, without movement, without any face framing technique sits on your shoulders like a curtain. It drags the eye downward. It flattens the face. And it creates that heavy, dense silhouette that is the real culprit behind the long hair ages you myth. The fix is the long shag. And it changes everything. The long shag introduces layers that start at the crown and cascade down through the length. The layers do not remove your length. They remove the weight that was dragging it down. The result is hair that moves, that has dimension, that catches light through the layers and creates depth. Silver and white hair in a long shag looks extraordinary. The natural sheen of gray is amplified by every layer, every movement, every angle of light. It is not just younger looking. It is luminous. Now add the curtain bang. 2 words that are doing enormous things for women over 60 right now. A curtain bang is a soft, parted fringe that falls on either side of the center part, framing the face without covering the forehead completely. It draws the eye directly to the center of the face, to your eyes, to your cheekbones, to your natural elegance, and it creates a soft oval framing that is one of the most universally flattering things a mature face can wear. There is one technique that changes how your entire face reads the moment you walk into a room, and the curtain bang is it. What to swap? If you have long hair with no layers and no framing, swap the one-length cut for a long shag with face framing layers that begin at the cheekbone level. Ask specifically for a curtain bang. Your stylist will know exactly what you mean. The difference, the first time you see it? Immediate. This is the one that stopped a woman I know cold the first time she looked in the mirror after her appointment. She called it the most she had felt like herself in a decade. Your natural elegance has always been there. This cut is just the frame that finally lets it show. Maintenance tip. The long shag needs a layer refresh every 10 to 12 weeks. The layers lose their shape as the hair grows, and that is when the weight returns. Stay consistent, and the movement stays with you. Now you have all 7. And the right one for your face, your texture, and your life is somewhere in what we have covered today. You just learned 7 rejuvenating haircuts that most women spend years trying to stumble across on their own. And you got them all in one place, with the reasons behind every single one. That is not nothing. That is real. Boom. Your bone structure was always this stunning. Now you have the cut to match it. Tell me in the comments, which of these 7 haircuts are you most excited to try? And be honest, were you already wearing one of the mistakes without knowing it? Next time, we are diving into the makeup mistake that is adding years to your face before you even leave the house, and the 5-minute swap that reverses it completely. Subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path so you never miss a video like this one if it helped you. And I will see you in the next one.